Hey, Sam.
Came toward Shadowdale, went back, searched a little bit for Nico. Lady Evelina went ahead. Clamacy had her confession. So you guys are about probably, like a 30-minute walk away from Shadowdale right now, but probably like a 10-minute ride. And then it's from that point, we're at about noon. So you guys being about 10 minutes away from the gates of Shadowdale as a horse rides. And I also cannot find in my notes. Agatha came and Tammy stayed, right? Or did Agatha and Tammy both stay?
They
What?
both came.
They both came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Let me annotate that. Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
They were both eager to go to the town and kind of upset that I had even considered that they didn't want to go. Not like genuinely upset, but like, yeah.
Boogie,
Okay,
you're
guys.
just you're disguised right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so being about 10 minutes away as the horse rides to Shadowdale, you guys can see in the distance, you can see the tall tower that is kind of like the trademark of Shadowdale, the old Drow Tower used as an outlook.
Interesting. How busy does the city look right now? Is it a town or is it a city?
So it's formerly a village. I would categorize it right now as a very prosperous, large village. The economy is that of a medium city, but the actual like inhabitants and stuff is pretty heavily adventurers. There's a community of farmers and things like that, but because of the entrances to the Underdark surrounding Shadowdale, it's a very heavy adventuring spot.
And like a common person is most likely to avoid it, also for the same reason.
Yeah, if they're like common in the sense of not looking for any kind of adventure, yeah. But you can find like pretty good magical items here. Some of the best wine in Faerun is found in Shadowdale. Uh, it's the primary seat of Elminster and Storm Silverhand, and so there's a lot of history that goes on here. But until recently, it was much more rural, like to the point where like one powerful mage was charged with the protection of the entire area.
All right, Emus is just following, going with the party up.
Yeah, I'd like to start heading in.
Okay. As your guys is on horseback, approach the entrance to the city, you guys can see, as you do on your left and right, these massive artistic structures that look like they were like made of stone pulled up out of the ground as you guys approach. And you can see a blockade to the road with these guards that have this ornate black armor with this very fine golden trim around all the corners and edges of the
Am I
breastplate.
able to make out the old structures as being like a statue of a creature or a humanoid? Is there enough detail left for that?
Go ahead and just make a general intelligence check since you're not being too specific.
First roll of the day, boys. Let's go. 9 plus 0, 9.
It's hard to tell. It looks like they weren't stacked that way because some of the boulders seem to be held in ways above the ground that they should be falling.
Interesting.
I want to go to the temple in order to talk to them about the amulet.
That we no
So
longer
as you
have.
guys walk up and approach, you see these guards, and the one in the front steps forward. Halt.
Good,
Go
we
no
were
further.
expected.
He looks at you. Expected or not, the city's on temporary lockdown. You'll have to be patient while the issue is being resolved.
Oh, can we ask what's the matter?
You must know, one of the creatures, and he looks back at the group, several of the creatures marked for the arena from the Underdark have escaped. Lord Barnett has set the entire town on lockdown.
Well, I'm very good at tracking creatures. Maybe we could be of assistance.
I'm very good at fighting creatures.
You die as well.
I'm just smiling.
1 second. His eyes shift slightly. No. We won't be needing any liability of civilians stepping in. The adventures of the town and the Golden Gauntlets have it handled.
I would like to try to, with my sharp eyes, pick out a small trinket or necklace that he's wearing and glean as much detail as I can from a distance.
About what?
Just the features of it, design, the pattern, what material it's made out of, so I can give him a description and be like, hey, I've got really good eyes.
I see. Go ahead and make a
I
perception
see
check.
too. 7 plus, what is it? 7, 14.
On the armpit little circular guard thing, there is a very small, ornate metal engraving on it of a golden gauntlet.
Oh, the Golden Gauntlet. What does that stand for, good sir?
He looks down at his chest and up at you. It's the name of the company. We're the Golden Gauntlets of the Moonseed Mercenaries, 3rd Brigade.
Well, looking around at the party, we are the traveling scholars known as the moral savants.
That's all in good. We're gonna have to wait outside until the baphitaurs are taken care of.
Has a one Lady Avelina passed by through here?
If she did, it was before we set up the brigade, or the blockade.
Well, would it be acceptable to send a runner to contact her, let her know that we're waiting outside?
You guys hear a loud from further in the village, and the people turn and look. I don't think that's a wise idea.
Oh
We
my,
have
that
strict
does
orders
sound.
from Lord Barnett to keep everyone out of the town until the matter's resolved.
Oh my, that does sound exciting. I wish we could see what was happening. Maybe help.
You guys hear the sounds of whoosh. Sounds like a large weapon tearing through something. Whoosh. In the distance. The guards kind of shift back and forth.
I'm gonna very pointedly turn to the party and say, "Well, are we placated to just sit out here and wait, or does anyone else have anything they would like to bring up and mention?"
Bazoid, are you like inching forward towards them?
No, I'm just playing with my guy.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I guess I could look from above and see if anything's going on with that big creature we just heard.
Captain Meelight turns and looks at the crew and back at you real quick. Absolutely not. There will be no eyes in the town. Lord Barnett's orders.
There's a lot of eyes in the town. Surely a lot of people live there.
He shakes his head. I'm just following orders. Surely you can understand.
What do you mean no eyes in the town if you're just trying to collect the stray monsters that are running amok? What does that have to do with people seeing into it?
I'm just following Lord Barnett's orders. Please.
They don't
Oblige
seem
them.
like very good orders if people's lives are at stake, when very capable adventurers are here and willing to help.
It has been a long ride. I wouldn't mind with a quick dip in that river over there. What do you all say we go for a brief little swim and freshen up before while they get the monster business sorted out?
I could stand to use the dust knocked off of my scales.
Okay. Are we lying here? Is this what's happening?
Emus is definitely lying. Yes.
Okay. Can you make a deception check for me, please?
Okay. 17.
Zoe, I want one from you too.
16.
We hear like screams and cries from the city, or is it just the one monster?
So you heard one roar, one slash, one scream. It does
I-
sound like the occasional you hear like whoosh.
I got an 18, Michael.
It sounds like combat is happening. The guards look at you and they turn to look at Captain Melee. And he looks down and it kind of seems like he might know, but he's not gonna question it. And he says, "Very well, as long as you stay out of the town."
Of course, of course. We wouldn't want to see you get to reputable guards such as yourself and such a dedicated one get in any sort of trouble. Have a good day. You must guys head off to the west.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Farewell. And Tammy walks up behind you. What's going on?
I'm gonna whisper over her. We're gonna swim across the river without moving my lips.
Oh, I'm not a very good swimmer.
I got you. I'm a proficient swimmer.
Ooh, piggyback. So as you guys walk down, as you walk towards this way, you can hear yourselves getting closer to the combat on the other side of the river. You guys are probably, probably 300 feet away or so.
Duck into these trees here. If we try to cross here, would the guards be able to easily spot us if they were looking this way? Oop, I'm stuck on a tree.
They'd have to be really looking.
This is the line of sight of the guards.
What is?
Like where the arrow is going, like where the line is going, is the line of sight they have.
Oh, so
I'm
we
gonna-
have to go way down.
I'm glancing over at them. Are they paying us any mind,
You
or are
can
they
see
back?
all of this area, and he can see like all of this area. Make a perception check.
17 plus 7, 24.
It does appear that one of the minor guards that was on the right of the flank is looking that direction.
Well, what do you want to do, gang? Do you want to go down farther? We have a bit more privacy.
Yeah, I
Because I
suppose.
just keeps walking.
Are we still on our horses? Like, where
I would
are the
imagine-
horses?
I would
Yeah,
imagine with the hobbled my horse. Or okay, we're still on our horses. All right.
Are you hopping off of them though?
Emus is probably on foot leading his. He's not riding it.
Okay. What are you guys doing with your
Okay.
horses?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hobble
sounds like-
mine.
What's that mean?
Hobbling a horse is where you set up their lead and hobble their feet together so they can still walk and move around, but they can't like really move. So it kind of tethers them in place so they can't like even if they spook, they can't get very far.
Gotcha. Are you taking it across the river?
No,
Okay.
horses
So
don't
as you
like
guys
water.
as you guys come down this way, it does look like you're pretty far out of the guard's reach. From his eyesight, at least the guards that you talked to earlier. And you can hear another scream and a slash.
So guys, are we going?
Yeah, could you drop the horses just so we have like a visual
Yeah.
of where they were tied?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Bold.
Now, I don't know. I gave Tammy the ring of jumping. The emerald ring that allows her to jump really far. So I don't know if that'll help her, but I also have the scratch topaz, which is for water walking.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I am back to you guys. Let me get your horses. And where do you want your horses?
I'm gonna hobble them right here on the side of the river, so they have access to the grass and the water.
Right.
Yeah.
Like here, Seth?
Beautiful. Yep, I like it.
And I'm gonna turn to the group and say, "Hey, listen. If perchance we get stopped and questioned, can we stick to the story that this is the way we came in? We didn't see any guards, so that nobody gets in trouble on our behalf."
Well, I think we'd look kind of a fool of being able to know that this is a pretty major town that came along the roadway and didn't use the main entrance, but we can try. I'd be down for trying if that's what you want to
But
do.
if we came from the west,
Eh,
I'm
I was just
gonna.
gonna say we couldn't let innocent people die via monsters, so we came.
I like that stance.
okay. Even though knowing that this tyrant likes his rules followed.
Well, I'm of the opinion I would like to take over Shadowdale as well.
Gotcha,
I wouldn't
gotcha.
say I wouldn't say that too loud while we're here.
Whoa, that was like an echoey
Yeah,
effect.
Andrew uses speakers. He doesn't use a headphone, so you heard me through his speakers. I see he was laughing.
Agatha
The
Alright.
turns to looks
river.
Calamithy. Are you sure about that?
Who?
To Calamithy.
No, but who did to
Agatha.
Calamity? Um, I think the more towns we start to gather and get on our side, the better for when the big war happens.
This is a pretty big town, though, Cal. This guy's supposed to
All
be
right.
pretty powerful.
And as Tammy bends down, getting ready to leap across, trying this new thing, you hear as Agatha pushes her into the water and then jumps in herself.
How does the river look here? Is it deep? Is it fast? Is it
It's
shallow? Is it
pretty.
slow?
It's deep and slow.
Yeah.
It's probably, you're talking about like a 8 to 10 foot deep river.
Amos is gonna go ahead and pull his cloak off, tuck it in a pocket, make sure my bow is snug against his back, and he's gonna take his boots off and shove them in another pocket because I can do that. And then I would hop into the water and go for a
As
swim.
Tammy jumps in and starts flailing, Agatha reaches up and grabs her and kind of pulls her on her shoulder and starts swimming over. Anyone without a swimming speed, I need you to make a athletics check for me.
How do we know that?
You would know if you had one. It would be in like a character thing or a feat or
Gotcha.
a
11.
That was pretty cool that I could just walk across the water.
So as I was swimming, I would make sure people were making it across okay, so I wouldn't be swimming hurriedly. I'd be watching.
So 11 is able to, without it, it's not a fast flowing river. You're able to make it to the other side. What did you roll, Emus?
Athletics, you said?
Yeah.
7.
So as Emus starts making his way over, he at one point strokes and perhaps something might have tickled his foot and set him off balance or something, but he kind of begins to just splash a little and you're able to steady him out.
No, wait! I get to roll at advantage. One of my favorite terrains is coastlines. Wait, no, hold on. Would that work?
This is not a coastline.
Oh, fuck. But I'm so used to the water. Ah, damn it. All right.
But there's it's
Yeah,
a
I
little
know.
coast. It's a baby coast. What if on the
It's-
other side of that river was a different
it's-
country? Then it's a coastline, you whore.
It's been a long time since I've been swimming. I just kind of, out of practice.
All right, everyone go. That's why I was like, he's a good swimmer. That's why I was like, something tickled his foot or something. Set him off kilter. All right, as you guys make your way over, you can hear more combat in the distance, and it looks like this massive orb of darkness over in this direction.
Ooh. Oh, can you show it again, please?
Yeah, hold on, sorry.
Northwest.
Northwest. Ah.
Oh wow, I was not even looking in the right spot. Okay.
E. Well, gang, shall we see if we can be of assistance and poke our noses where the we should be?
As
Are we
we are
gonna go
known to
in?
do.
Are we gonna have a plan, or are we just haphazard?
My plan right now is to run up and kind of stay low key hidden, like out of the way, out of sight, as much as I can, and observe and see what's going on before I do anything.
Yeah, when I approach, I'm gonna cast that dark vision that I can do. I think it's called Devil's Sight. Scrolling.
That's something you have
Yes.
at all times.
Yeah, I don't think that's a cast thing. Is it?
Well, it's an invocation. I didn't know if I had to say, okay, I would like to use the Devil's Sight type of deal.
Ah, I see. I believe invocations are actions. To use them like at will, it's still an action.
He was going to take a second to pull his dry boots out, put them back on, pull his cloak back out, put it back on.
No, I think Devil's Sight is just these are your eyes. You're always able to see in magical darkness.
Yeah, so it says you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet. That's just how you.
And it doesn't say at will, it's just you can do this.
Right.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
As you guys approach in the black orb, you can hear these heavy foots running, and another slice.
Do I recognize any of the voices in the background? Primarily, I'm looking for the lady and her soldiers.
No, you do not. As you guys run up through the town, you can see some panicked townspeople beginning to come out of the inn here, turning, and some of them being adventurers. Here, let me put them on a map. Some of them being adventurers are going to run back into the inn to go fetch their equipment so that they can be of assistance.
I would pull out my swords at the corner of this house before going around the corner.
Oop, good call. Emus is also going to pull his bow out.
Yeah, I would like to get readied as well.
All right, and as
Seeing
you,
Calamity take action, Emus is going to follow suit, trusting her as fearless leader.
as you guys can see around the corner there are three massive creatures that look like these grayed, darkened versions of minotaurs, like these depraved cousin-looking things of minotaurs.
Can you
Within the dark orb or outside of the dark orb?
So you see two of them not inside a dark orb.
Okay.
And here, I'll post a picture of what they look like.
Can you put a token or something down where they are?
Yeah, there they are. There's tokens down over there.
Oh, I can't see them.
Ooh. Those look kind of cool.
They're right where this is.
Maybe we're not close enough to be able
Yeah.
for them to not be in the fog of battle or whatever.
Fog of War, yeah.
Yeah, they're approximately, what's that, 55 times 5, 250 feet away from you. So I was wrong earlier about the 300 feet-ish. They're about 200
They're
feet
in
right now.
range. Emus takes a shot. No, I'm kidding.
Are you? You're welcome to. So this one
Yeah.
here is in an orb of darkness. If I can make that small enough. It's hard to do from a distance. You can see two others here. Let me take a screenshot and show you.
Oh yeah, this is kind of cool. It's fog of war, we can't see them.
Yeah, my maximum range for my bow is 600 feet. But I'd be at disadvantage. My normal range is only 150.
All right, as you guys huddle up next to this little farmhouse here, this little storage area next to the inn, the Old Skull Inn of famous stories. You guys see these baphitaurs? What are you doing?
Okay, so is there anyone else around them?
Yeah, so up on it looks like some kind of bard you would know from Oriana, who is casting spells up on a rock. There are a couple dead bodies. Some look like they're of the golden gauntlets around him. Some look like other adventurers. It looks like a dwarven paladin laying on the ground, dead. There's a elven spellcaster and a half-orc warrior and a bard currently attacking the baphitaurs, and they're losing.
I'm gonna switch to bow.
I would start dashing up.
Yep, I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
haste on myself.
Okay. As you guys rush in, let's get into
Initiative.
well, yeah, let's get into initiative.
I
That
do
was interesting.
hesitate. Yeah. Emus
Oh,
got
Jiminy.
21.
Bezoit got 6.
18.
I also got 18.
Who has the higher initiative?
I have a
Or who has the
plus
higher
9.
dex, sorry.
I have plus 5 dex.
Definitely you.
You have a +9 to initiative?
Yeah. Because of the swashbuckler perk.
Get
I
out
get to
of
add
here.
my charisma modifier to it.
Okay, so it was, and then Calamitcy, and then Boogie. Bezoit, you got a 6.
Yeah.
All right, Emus. You have the start. You've
Was
cast
they-
haste on yourself. What are you doing?
Okay, so it does. Okay, so the haste is already applied. Sweet. I'm going to.
Obviously, it still consumes whatever ability or spell slot you use to cast it.
Oh, so that's what I was going to ask. Is that did I cast haste before we entered turn order? or
You
not?
did cast it, yes, but it still counts as
In
like-
action.
no. I'm saying, how did you cast it with a spell slot?
Yeah.
Yeah, then all I'm saying is it still uses a spell slot. Some people think that if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
out of
I didn't
initiative-
ritualize it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So Emus is going to. You said we're about how far away?
You're 50 tiles, so 50 times 5.
250.
250. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That was one move. And then I'm going to. I still can't see the Minotaurs. Or I can't see anyone else's tokens.
Really?
Yeah, I see these guys over here, but that's it.
Same.
Are they like hidden or something?
No, they're not hidden.
Or is it like a texture pack or a mod pack we need?
No. Here.
Try just moving your
You
character.
see him
back
there?
Yeah. I
Yes.
can. They popped up as soon as he got to him.
Yep.
Can you see him there?
Some
I
of
can
them
see
disappeared,
one.
but I can see one now.
Okay. I wonder if I can change the settings for follow.
And now they're
or
gone.
distance.
Yeah. Because I can shoot
Yeah,
600
let
feet.
me-
I should
let me
be at
look.
least able to see 600 feet, right?
Well, I mean, you are very good at being able to see, but some blind person would still have the same maximum range on the weapon.
Right. Well, yeah. I'm just kind of applying logic to it. If I can shoot that far, I should be able to like see that far
Well, I
unobstructed.
believe
right?
the 600 is at disadvantage, though.
It is. Can you imagine hitting a target 600 foot away with a bow and
Oh
arrow?
my God.
Good God.
I would do like the happy dance, like, oh yeah.
I would just I would retire and be happy. I would never touch a bow again to soil that, not to soil my record.
Oh, me and Jared have a couple of those. Mine is playing on a claw game, and his is playing the game Mastermind, which is kind of like Wordle, only with just 6 colors.
Anyway, so that was 30 feet, which would put me
I'm trying to find the setting for it, man. Keep doing your turn. I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm planning while you do that.
Yeah, you've moved 60 feet. You could
Yep.
dash as your first action, and then you'd be in range.
You're right. Well, I am in range, but yeah, you're right. Okay. 40. I might do that. So that's 200 feet. Yeah, because I'm really close. So I am going to dash for my first action, so I'm going to continue running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. How much did I move in my first move? Did I only go 30 feet?
You went 60,
No.
I thought.
Okay. I went.
Yeah,
Okay,
you've
cool.
gone the full 120 now.
Sweet. Thank you. And Emus is going to draw his bow, and before he fires, he's going to try to identify the people that are engaging the Minotaurs. Do they look like town guards? Do they look like civilians? Do they look like random adventurers like us?
So just running up, the couple people on the body that you see on the floor look like the same outfits of the guards that you saw, the mercenaries of the Golden Gauntlets, and then the other ones look like an amalgamation of a bunch of different adventuring things. They could be a party, they could be just random adventurers from the tavern.
And they're going full into these Minotaurs, like they're not holding back.
Yeah, yeah, because a couple of them are already dead.
Okay, that
Like
is
dead or spare the dying dead? Suppose I don't know that. Never mind.
Yeah, they're laying on the floor.
all right. Within 150 feet, Emus is going to draw his bow, and he's going to shoot at the closest
Baphitaur is what they're called.
Baphitaur. Yep.
Baphitaur.
So first, and he's going to shoot 2 times. First roll's a nat 1. Second roll is 26.
Roll to
Sometimes
recover.
you
No, I'm
nail
just
it.
kidding. Okay, so roll damage for your second hit.
1d8. I need my 1d8, which is right here. Six plus 5, 11.
So the Baphitaur is already looking a little bit hurt from their engagement here with the adventurers. Your arrow comes missing, the other one ripping right into its chest, bloodying the creature as it howls out in pain. An orb of darkness to its left, right here.
You want me to mark that so we know where that is?
Sure. It is. Hold on, give me a second. Yep,
Oh.
perfect.
That one's inside of it?
Yeah, he's inside the orb of that one's inside the orb of darkness. And is that the end of your turn, Enos?
He was gonna call out, "Don't worry!" Probably so fast that no one could understand him. And end my turn.
Yep. It fit because I
Yep.
didn't understand you.
Yep.
And turning, hearing the howl, this Baphitaur turns, and you see another orb of darkness form.
Oh, that's not good.
Calamithy, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to action cast Armor of Agathis on myself. And then I'm going to 5, 10, 20, 25, 30 bonus action dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. That is as far as I can go.
Oogie.
Okay, that's my turn.
You guys hear another and a scream. And then coming out of the darkness, you see the one that you just shot come sprinting full on with a massive great axe in his hand and these horns bear down, running straight at you. And he's gonna run. Charging towards you with his head down. Beelining right for you.
Beelining for Emus.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you watch as the bard sings out a song and casts a healing spell over on the half-orc. The half-orc runs up, makes an attack. Rolls on that one, swings wide, stepping into the space. Bezoid, it's your turn.
Okay, as this is all going on, I'm going to use my reaction to catch a fly that was buzzing by my head. And I am going to cast Infestation on the creature that's headed towards Emus.
Ooh.
I like that flavor text.
Ooh, yeah, me too.
And he must make a Constitutional saving throw. And if he fails, I land a 1 or 3d6 damage.
Okay, so he rolled a 4. Hold on one second. Let me read this thing real quick. Yeah, he doesn't get advantage on it. Go ahead. Roll damage.
2, 6, 6. 14 total.
So as you snatch this fly up and cast Infestation, this swarm of flies go heading towards him, and they begin landing in the wounds already on his body. And you see, like, very quickly and unnaturally, this pus and stuff begin to form around the infestation, and his eyes kind of go black, and blood flows just slightly out of his orifices, and he falls to the ground dead.
Yes!
Nice.
Whoa. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Emus.
Oh, it's my turn already. Wow. Okay, that turn went by real fast. Is the orb of darkness still around the other one?
So that orb dropped when this one died. This orb. Oh, sorry.
Right,
The orb that he ran out of is actually still active. The one that was on this guy right here is gone.
All right, Emus is going to make 4 attacks against that Minotaur from where he's standing. First one, 26.
Jeez, hits.
28.
Hits. These guys have
28.
19 AC. Hits.
And then 16.
Damage?
Not a hit.
No, it's a hit.
Oh, okay. Misses.
Okay, so 3 hits. First one, 6 plus 5, 11. 9. 7. And 11.
You only hit the first 3 of them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, ignore that last one.
So as the orb drops and he turns looking towards you, turning his back on the half-orc and his wreckage, these radiant arrows pierce into his chest, and his mouth opens, and you hear this kind of and this dark goat tongue kind of sticks out for a second, and a loud crash as he falls to the ground dead.
Hey guys, dude, I
What
love
is
the
the-
haste thing. It's so much fun to play with.
What is the reaction right now of the people who are fighting it before we came along?
All of but 2 of them are dead, and the 2 that are fighting are very focused on the living Baphitor. They're happy, they're looking over, like, excited that things are changing, but they're not going to turn their back and let their guard down for 1 second
Gotcha.
around these things. The other one turns and begins making an onslaught of great axe attacks against this half-orc. And you watch as the axe comes in and the head spins off and goes off of the body, and the half-orc falls to the ground dead, and the Baphitor goes,
Where is this last Baphitaur at?
Yeah, it's still out of sight of my range. I can't see them either. I mean, I'm running towards where I'm assuming they are, which is this crossroads. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Climacy, it's your turn.
Alright.
He's run over now and is like reaching up for the bard up on the stone. He's casting magic. And you
That's as far
hear
as
in
I
the
can.
distance a male yell, "Llama!"
I wish I could do more. That was all I could do.
Boogie.
Do you do both of your dashes?
I can only do the one bonus action dash.
And what did you
What?
do for your action?
Yeah, you can bonus action dash and action dash
Oh.
as a rogue.
Oh. Is that 30 more feet then?
Yeah.
5, 10, 20, 30. I got this far. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, no. There we go. I like the label Boogie disguised.
I do too. I misread it when I first saw that, and I was like, "Boogie, disgusted."
Turns into a blonde human every time he has a taste. He sits down at an inn. Do you like the food? Turns into a blonde hillbilly.
It's like some weird slapstick cartoon. Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
I know you guys can't see it, but the bard runs back slightly, getting away from it, and turns around and yells out a some kind of insult about the creature's horns, and you see wince as the creature is like assaulted mentally.
Yes.
Baphitaur, it's your turn. Or Baphitaur.
Zoid.
Zoid, sorry. She's a Baphitaur all along in disguise. Ha 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 ha.
And then I'm going to Misty Step.
Why would you Misty Step when it doesn't?
Because gets me 30 feet closer.
Yeah,
I don't
but
have a bonus action to dash.
that's an action though. So
It's
No,
a
it's a bonus
bonus
action.
action. It's a bonus action.
Oh, to Misty Step.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. That's really cool.
So I cannot see anybody from here, can I? To attack?
Where you at?
Right here.
Boogie's in the way to attack, but not so much Boogie's in the way as like your.
No, I just want to know, can I see anybody?
Yeah, you can see the Baphitaur right here.
Okay, I want to cast Mind Silver. Does psych get damage to the creature who failed the intelligence saving throw?
One second, let me look it up.
It's a cantrip.
I don't think it's within 60 feet though.
Yeah, has to be within 60 feet. I wonder,
Really? I
did you?
didn't see that.
It's currently exactly 150 foot from me, so
See, I don't see anywhere. Dagnabbit.
Yeah, in fact, you shouldn't have been able to do the infestation.
It was so far away.
But it was
I
really
I
cool.
assumed that you read your spell right, so now I'll start double checking your spells before you
I'm
cast
sorry,
them.
I didn't even look to see the range because it was a
Smiled upon
cantrip and
you.
it's a magic. I thought that it would just go further. My apologies.
that was your divine intervention for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing I went to church today.
Is that the end of your turn, Bezoit? Getting there?
Yeah, I'm readied, by the way.
Emus.
All right, being at exactly 150 feet, hasted Emus is going to excitedly shoot off 4 more arrows.
At what's your range?
150 is normal. Anything above 150 is at disadvantage. When I measured it, it was 30, which is 150.
Well, right now it's exactly at 150, so you're still good, but
Yeah. All right. First roll 25, 15, 27, 26. All right, that was it. That's all 4. So 3 hit, 1
3 hit.
misses. Damage, first one is 11, 9, 8. That's it.
All right. So just so everyone knows, first of all, how do you want to do this?
Oh, Emus just excited to be here and fighting monsters, and so he's going pew 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 all over the place, being super hasted and hyper.
So as this Baphitaur is trying to reach up for the bard, who's kind of trying to hide against the wall of the old skull inn, these arrows hit him in his back, and you hear, and his body leans against the rock, and he dies, kind of standing there, leaned up against the rock.
I'm gonna stamp my foot angrily, put my hands on my hips with my sword still in my hands. I didn't even get to touch one.
Is that the end of the? Is that the end of the?
So as you look around, you feel free to walk a little closer. The 3 Baphitaur are dead, and this heavily panting Marcial Havor up on the hillside. It currently looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 non-monsters that are dead, or
I would
at
like
least laying on the ground.
to try to use Spare the Dying on as many as possible to see if I can at least stabilize some of them if they aren't fully dead yet.
Okay, so as you walk up, you're gonna have to tell me which ones, because you got a half-orc warrior dead, an elf spellcaster, a dwarf cleric. You have 4 members of the Golden Gauntlets. You have a Snurf Nephilim fighter here.
I'm going to run over along the right side to see which ones look like good candidates for Spare the Dying, like ones which are downed, in order to point them out to her.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead
would
and make
honestly, anyone's missing a head, I would assume I cannot do that because they are at negative HPs.
go ahead and make a medicine check as you look around to see which ones, Boogie.
Emus
got a
is going to
1.
stay hasted, and he's also going to run ahead to see if he can find any wounded or unconscious and try to stabilize them.
So my medicine check was a 1.
So as you're looking around, for perhaps lack of insight medicinally, or just faced with the hard reality, to you it looks like they're all pretty much beyond hope.
Should I roll a medicine check to see if I can tell?
You're welcome to if you'd like.
Okay, I would. Not better, I got a 2 plus 2, so 4.
I mean, they all look pretty banged up. You're welcome to try to do whatever
Yeah.
you want. Though.
Emus, as
So
he
is-
runs forward, would like to try to look for unconscious and bleeding out and try to stabilize if there's anyone that still is. 19 plus. Do I have a plus to medicine? I do. 3, 22.
Okay. So as you're running up for the third person checking bodies, are you trying your Spare the Dying on this guy?
Well, I needed to ask, is this one missing a head?
Well,
The only one missing a head is this one over here.
Okay,
So
then yes.
as I run forward and see the 2 of them kind of I'll probably in my haste state be like, "Gotta see that one," and Bizarre, you go help that one, and I'm gonna go help this one if they're still stabilized or you can.
If he pointed at anybody, I'd kind of move him closer to Calamithy.
Who are you pointing at, Amos?
Well, I mean, I rolled a 23.
Dude, they all look.
They're all dead.
They all look
even
really
to the-
rough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend as much time as it takes to spare the dying on everybody that's not missing a head. So everybody but the chick over there.
All right,
6
so
of them.
Emus is gonna spend his time hasted to drag bodies over to Calamithy.
Okay, and after about 45 seconds pass, or about 50 seconds pass, of dragging bodies, you're able to get basically all of them. Ran over to them, and then you're hit with this massive wave of just needing to take a break.
And I'm just gonna kind of not crumple on the ground, but I'm definitely gonna sit down real hard and breathing heavily.
You guys see Marcial kind of poke at the head and then lean down and come over. My God. And he reaches down and tries to spare the dying as well. And as you make your way through the bodies, they seem unresponsive to the spell.
Bard, have you seen any other monsters about?
No, I mean, we have, and he points over to the arena right here. I mean, we have monsters coming in from delving parties all the time, but
Loose monsters.
no, they don't get out. Something happened. These ones must have escaped.
Why do you think the Lord here would say that people from outside aren't supposed to be looking into the town while this is happening?
He looks at you and raises an eyebrow. I don't know what.
It's just an interesting way to phrase it, not to keep outsiders safe. It's to keep them from seeing. Why?
I don't. I'm sorry. I haven't been here that long. I just, as a bard, I wanted to travel and see. This place is historical for bards. I thought it'd be a nice place to check out. I wasn't expecting all of this. Turns back and looks at the monster. Maybe I should go inform someone. At this time, you guys, those people that went in are beginning to make their way out, running up to the place and then slowing down as they see that it's all taken care of. And
Still panting from the ground, just calling out to anyone who's still around. Does this happen often around here?
they all have wide eyes and they shake their head. No, not outside of the arena, no.
Can I roll an investigation of this body? See if it looks like it's been tied up for long. Is it emaciated? Abused, prodded, stabbed, shocked?
Sure, go ahead and make an investigation check.
$21.
You find on their wrists these metal bracelet type handcuff deals. They're like these massive metal bracers with this runed inscribed metal hook. And they each have a hook, though there's nothing linking them together at the moment. A hook's not it's in fully enclosed. I don't mean to think that it's like an open fish hook type deal. It's like more of a loop or whatever you want to call it.
Like one of those half-welded loops that makes it so chains can be connected to it type
Yeah,
of
like
deal.
like a D-ring type deal or something.
I put my bow away.
Get out of there.
Can you guys point us towards the temple?
Well, are you asking the group over here or are you asking the bard?
I am announcing it in general because I am assuming that the fancy bard is kind of allied with these strangers over here.
By the way, I still cannot see the fancy bard.
She's right next to me.
Oh, there he is. Never mind. I see him.
He looks over at you. Which one? There's and he points off to the east. All the temples are that way. There's an old, well, it used to be a temple to Amanator, but it's been abandoned. And there's an old temple to Mistra too, but I'm sure you know that one's been abandoned as well. And then behind that, there's the Temple of Saloon.
Okay. I thought that the Mistra one got appropriated to something else, but in that case, saloon, please.
Appropriate. I'm not sure. It looks like it's under construction or something. I don't know.
Okay, so you said off
What
to the
the-
west?
That's to the east. Sorry, to the east.
Where are all the authorities, the guards, the peacekeepers, the authority?
And he looks down on the ground. Oh, I'm sure they'll send more soon, but the ones they did send are dead.
Do I see like some of these bodies wearing like similar uniforms?
Yeah, so all these ones here that are like this are from the Golden Gauntlets, which is a mercenary group that is basically Lord Bardnett's guard. He has
Gotcha.
this army from the Moonsea Isles, or from no, never mind. And the bard goes, "Speaking of which," and he yells at the party over there, "We need to go notify someone. Go find the gauntlets, and I'll head over and talk to the Arena Guild." And he runs off.
I want to invest the Minotaurs to see what sort of injuries they had before we arrived, before we dumped arrows into them.
See, that was part of my role.
So sorry, Calamithy, Emish, you guys, as you're looking at it, it looks like they have battle scars that are very fresh from the wounds that they suffered from the combat that had just happened. They also have scars that are long, old. It could be from anything. And they have slightly fresher wounds that looks like it's still scarred over and stuff, but they have fresher wounds from, a couple weeks ago.
I'm gonna glance up towards Calamithy and say, "Want to be all right with you if I go ahead and take the time while it's still fresh and go back and look to see maybe how these got out?"
Yeah. I'm also
Um,
wondering if maybe we should try to meet up at the Temple Saloon to try to find me Lady Avelina.
Emus is gonna nod and say, "All right, I will go look around while I can before anyone else gets their hands into the air or covers up any tracks or clues, and I'll meet you back at the temple. Everyone back at the temple."
You
Sound
can
like a plan?
hear horse steps coming from the east.
I ask into the hood. If you cast Pass Without Trace now, does it help Emus when he leaves?
I'd assume so.
And coming from around the corner, you see on horseback one person in the front um, who's dressed very similar to how the captain was at the gate. And then you can see 6 soldiers following behind him on horseback. And they come to a halt here.
I wave.
Are you casting on me or am I leaving?
I'll cast it on the group.
And as they come around the corner, are you like walking up to everyone? How's it? Oh, it's everyone within 30 feet. So as you cast, they break the corner of the building here and come to a stop and look around at the carnage. And the captain yells out, "Anyone here with information, please step forward." Emus, make a stealth check as you run off.
Yeah, I'm just going back looking for crews, slipping into the crowd, looking like I'm authoritative and I know what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be here. 6 plus 8, but oh wait, no, it's an advantage, right?
What? Why? Oh,
Uh,
visual.
my
No,
cloak.
it just. Oh, okay, I was gonna say
Yeah,
it
my
just
cloak.
adds 10.
No,
But
yeah,
yeah,
my
your
cloak
cloak.
does nothing. But I got it only went up 1. 7 plus 8 is 15 plus 10, 25.
Okay. So you slip off past the crowd of onlookers towards the arena, seeing this massive wizard statue that you kind of slip behind.
All right, I'm gonna take the dogs are asking to go out. I'll take them out real quick while they deal with the guards.
All right, so
Guys.
as Captain Calzin comes around the corner on his horse, sorry, I was fixing something. He's gonna pull back on the reins and turn and look at you guys, examining the carnage. His crew hops off their horses and begins stepping forward. Does anyone here have information on the event? You can see they're
No.
kind of putting.
Why is
as
my
they're kinda-
party not speaking up?
They're kind of putting their hands on their swords as they're
Well,
coming
we don't
around.
really have information. We don't know how they got here, where they came from.
Well, we're the ones that killed them.
Right, so why aren't you speaking up?
We just killed these baphitaurs.
And the captain looks at you up and down and looks over at the group. Looks over at his colleagues. Gentlemen, take them into custody. I'll be back. And he begins walking away. And the group begins approaching, reaching back and grabbing out
Hey,
handcuffs.
I didn't. My swords are clean. I didn't even get to touch one. I didn't technically fight.
Please. It's just for an investigation.
Investigation on what?
This is not something that happens often in Shadowdale. It needs to be addressed. We trust that you won't give us any issues.
Yeah, but I'd rather not be cuffed. I did nothing wrong. I'm not resisting. If you ask me to come with you, I'll gladly walk behind you. Or in front if that's how you do it. I don't care. But not cuffed.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Hell yeah. $31.
Fine. Can you all just line up along the wall there and wait?
Okay.
That wall? The west wall?
Yeah, he points to the stone wall over here. And the two guards turn and look at you, Bezoit, kind of ushering you that way. And they sit there and they wait. And some time passes, and let me know if you guys would do anything within about 15 minutes.
I would sit.
Yeah, same.
Probably stretch my legs, do some yoga.
What kind of book do I have in my backpack? Maybe I have the vampire one.
I think Bazoit's been reading that one.
Yeah,
Hmm,
that's the one I've got.
I'm out
One of the guards
books.
comes over here and clears out people, tell them to go home.
I'll just fiddle around then.
Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay, so as you snuck off, your group, your party was arrested.
Yeah, I heard what happened.
Okay. Are you doing anything within that 15 minutes?
Other than going straight in to look for clues, no.
Go where? What do you mean go in to look for clues? Where are you
Well,
going?
okay, so these Minotaur creatures, they had tracks, right? I was hoping to like trace them back in any sort of destruction where they came from. I'm assuming back towards the arena where they were probably being housed.
Okay,
And
go ahead
see
and make
about
an investigation check.
yeah, I'm looking to see how they might have been released. 19 plus 4, 23.
You find the tracks. The tracks head, just as you suspected, straight to the arena housing area. There's this gate that goes down these steps into the basement of the arena where they store a bunch of these creatures. The door is like blown off the hinges. The gate, like the iron wrought gate, is blown off its hinges.
Can you show me
Um,
where this gate is at, please?
Yeah, it was a pain in the. I with the water level, I couldn't put a basement on it, but the gate would be over here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna trot my happy self over there. Boop. And then examining the gates, does it look like it was intentionally weakened? Well, okay. Does it look like this is a part of the containment system, or it was just a fucking gate and like they should be contained? They should obviously be contained deeper below. So I'm gonna go in deeper.
So as you head down deeper, you can hear the scuffling of someone searching around.
I'm sneaking this whole time, by the way. Yeah.
And as you come
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
corner, seeing them and them not seeing you, you can see a dwarf down there kind of looking around and drawing on a pipe and blowing it out and checking out, just doing like he seems to be doing his own little investigation of how this happened.
I'm going to. That's a good question. What am I going to do in that scenario? I'm going to observe. I want to take a few minutes to observe him. I mean, I don't think he's. Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. Give me like 2-3 minutes of just observing him.
Okay. And as you do, he seems to be someone of stature. After about a minute, though, he's going to start making his way out back up towards upstairs out of that area. And he's like stroking his beard the whole time, and he's like something's not sitting right with him. He seems to be someone in charge of kind of the maintaining of the arena slaves.
All right. Seeing him walk off, or turn around and start to walk. Well, probably towards me, thinking.
Yeah, towards you.
I'm going to go ahead and reveal myself, and say to him, "Have you found anything?"
And he chokes on it as he's like mid inhale of his pipe. um, uh, who are you?
I'm just one of the new arrivals to the city that happened to get caught up in this mess. I thought I'd come down here to see if there's any foul play, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and all that.
And he looks you up and down. Something ain't right. Something ain't sitting with me.
I'm gonna look around while he says that and see if maybe I can identify what he might be referencing.
You do recall that, like, downstairs, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of really struggle or nothing. There's no, there's no issues. There's nothing that indicates a struggle down where they're kept.
As I'm looking around, I'm gonna kind of offhandedly kind of mention, yeah, no obvious signs of foul play. It looks like they might have been intentionally set free.
He looks you up and down. That's what I was thinking too.
Well, do you mind if I go over the area since you already have and maybe just see what I can see? Out of curiosity more than anything.
And he strokes his beard long and hard.
2 eyes are
Aye.
always better than one.
But be careful, son. If this is what I think it is, we're not safe poking our noses around.
I am going to furrow my brow at that. What do you mean?
And he's gonna go on this. I suppose I'll do it in character. No, I'm gonna explain it to you because the voice is kind of hurt my throat. So he's going to explain to you that the braces, the way that these creatures are locked up down there, the downstairs gates. So there's the iron rock gate up there, but then there's these enslavement pins essentially downstairs where they keep the creatures from the Underdark. And these pins have arcane locks, like they're locked with a magical spell. Same with their bracers. The bracers are linked together. There's a magical spell that links those two rings together, and only certified people, certain wizards in the wizard sector, and Lord Barnett would have the ability to interfere at all with those bracers.
Hmm.
I'm going to look around and kind of casually remark, yeah, it's also strange that they had weapons. Where do you figure they got them from?
And he scratches his head. Oh, well, that was probably from the weaponry.
You keep your weaponry right next to where you keep locked beasts?
Oh yeah, they don't normally get out. Also, it's quick access for when we put them in the arena. They gotta have a weapon to fight, right?
Is the armory secured in any way? Typically.
And he smacks the hinges of the iron rock gate. Yeah, typically.
Do you suspect anyone, any interested parties that might want to unleash death and destruction amongst this town that would have access to this area?
And he looks back and forth, kind of checking down the alley. Maybe we should talk somewhere else. Maybe meet me at my guild tonight.
And which guild would that be?
One of the Children of Morden.
Let me take my note real quick. Emus is gonna nod. Yes, definitely. I will have a look around myself after you leave, and I'm gonna report back to you anything that I find.
And he sticks out a big paw. I'm Galax Halfpint. It's nice to meet you.
I'm gonna hold up my hand. Emus, I'm a traveling member of the Moral Savants. What
Never
is
heard
his
of
name
you, but
again?
it's nice to meet you. Galax Halfpint.
Galax Half Pint. His guild was what?
The Children of Morden.
And then the last question I will ask is, what of his appearance? Does he seem weathered? Does he seem old? Does he seem young? Does he seem spry? Does he have scars?
He seems like a battle-hardened, middle-aged, reaching upper age dwarf. Probably a mountain dwarf by the looks of him. And he looks to be of a pretty dominant stature and holds himself well. It seems like he's of a higher leadership position within the guild, if not, perhaps the leader of it.
I'm going to return his firm handshake and, yes, of course you haven't heard of us. We're not much to be heard of yet, but maybe one day, just like everyone else here in the city, right?
He looks back down the alley. Was it you and yours that got rid of him then?
Oh, surely not us alone. We actually only caught the tail end of it. I do say that I did have the privilege of putting down the beasts myself, but I was not there for them. We were not there for the heart of it.
Baphitaurs mean fucking creature. You did well to put it down quick.
I'm gonna nod.
Cost 3 men getting him up here to begin with. Well, do you know where the guild is to meet? I'll expect you at sundown.
I'm sure I can find it. It's not like a major. It's not like it's a huge city, right?
He laughs and points north. Yeah, just up this path, past the Commons Library. And he strokes his beard. I've got some prodding around to do.
Yes, sir, Master Dwarf. And then after he takes off, Emus is going to start his investigation.
Okay, as you guys are sitting there, coming back, you guys see that captain that was with you guys earlier, and you see someone that appears to be kind of a noble, an elf, striding alongside him with grace, hands kind of behind his back as he approaches, looking at the mess. Oh my! And he looks past the mess and sees the group and starts talking to the captain. The captain and him are kind of having a back and forth.
I wave to him.
And he looks over to you and doesn't wave back, kind of gives you a half smile. Keeps talking to the commander, and the commander turns. All right, men. Back to headquarters. Let's go. And they turn and make their way. 2 of you stay on escort. And the rest turn, and you guys watch as this man approaches you with his hands behind his back. Well, well, well. Good day to you, adventurers. And he has his hands out, kind of greeting you. Please, Allow me your names.
I'm Calamithy. What is yours?
I'm Boogie.
I take a slight bow. Say, they call me Bezoit.
He strokes his chin and smiles, bows. Are we not missing some of your party? And, excuse me, my name is Lord Barnett.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you, and from what the captain has told me, you made light work of these baphitaurs. Well done, well done. And he starts kind of giving you a clap.
No. That was your people. I wasn't able to do much at all. They pretty much had the whole situation under control when we got here.
I see,
Rub my
Of course
forehead.
they did. So, Lady Evelina and I had a discussion. I'm sure you're aware.
I raised my eyebrows.
I know that she was going to notify you that we were in town.
Oh, don't be bashful. She warned me of more than that.
Warned you.
Well,
He
I
raises
think
an
we're good
eyebrow and
people.
smiles.
Nothing to warn about.
Oh, no. When I say warning, I say it in jest. It is only that she mentioned you were of a certain stature, he says, looking back at the guards, not wanting to say it.
Mistress chosen.
And he turns and gives you like a sharp glance. Indeed. Well, I'm sure you're well aware you've come to the right place. This is the home of your kind, yes?
So I've heard. So far, it's been beautiful, minus the monsters.
Yes. Well, that is not a common occurrence, I assure you. And please, will you do me the pleasure of having dinner tonight at my estate?
Of course.
The dining, the facilities, everything will be on me. I'm sure you must be hungry from your travels.
Yes.
Yes.
There are things that we want to see in town before then.
Very
We-
well.
Yeah.
You're no prisoners. Apologize for my gauntlets and their heavy-handed tactics sometimes. Please make yourselves at home. Please do be aware we do have some customs and restricted areas that are perhaps off limits that I would like you to respect, but by and large, the city is yours to explore.
Thank you. We can find out these rules from any of these guards right here, right?
Yes, I'm sure any one of them would be happy to help you. If you head further east tonight, about an hour after sundown, we can have a meal, fully catered.
He seems really kind of excited about the meal.
Can I roll an insight check just to see the kind of vibe I'm getting off of him? It feels very eager to feed us, and is there anything to glean from that? Not great. 10.
Kind of seems like an awkward noble, excited for maybe friends, companionship. There does seem to be a little bit of a dark undertone, like maybe he feels a little threatened by your presence, but from what you can tell, he seems genuine.
Cool.
Okay. As long as I don't get I'm gonna be poisoned vibes from him.
Certainly not with a 10. No, I'm just joking.
The most asshole thing you can say as a DM ever.
Well, it's a date. I shall see you then. And don't worry, Lady Evelina will be invited. Farewell. He's gonna make his way off, accompanied by his guards.
Did he say her name with any distaste or disdain?
Roll another insight. He did seem kind of like not caring about the dead bodies here, though, of the people. Like it was just, eh.
Yeah. This was a better roll. 22.
I mean, he didn't say it like super pleasantly.
Okay.
And after a couple minutes, some guards with these stretchers come out, start loading up bodies. When I say guards, there are no guards in this town, village, city, whatever you want to call it, other than the Golden Gauntlets. Just so that's clear. You have the Golden Gauntlets as like Lord Barnett's kind of enforcers, and then there are the guilds that kind of run companies and stuff around town. All right, what's everyone doing?
I am looking to the south. Where are the girls?
The girls are currently hiding behind the barn, peeping, like looking
Okay,
at all
cool.
the commotion stuff. Yeah, once they saw that people were like starting to get locked up, they ran backwards. All right, as they come over, they also start setting up some rope, and some of the guards begin walking over to the entrance over here to the gate and begin setting up rope as well.
I think into the hood. I still want to go to the temple. Also, is any part of a Baphomet valuable?
What
Yeah.
temple are you trying to go to?
Saloon. Because of the amulet.
Which amulet? The good one?
No, the bad one.
You
That was
guys,
thrown into like
Yeah, we don't
the
have that one
nine
anymore.
hells.
Oh!
We haven't. Yeah, we haven't had that in a minute.
We just yeeted it.
Okay. Excellent. Never mind then.
so the guards begin kind of piling up, dragging these bodies over, and then loading up the adventurers. Some onlookers kind of gather around, and the ones that do are shoot off by the guards.
Oh,
I don't know if it was by design or accident, but when you move that one centaur, like the whole screen shook. It looked like just the weight of his body being lifted and dropped. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
pretty
once
cool.
they're a certain size, they just shake the screen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right. What is the party doing? Here are your options. You have the Old Skull Inn, which is a pretty famous place if you are looking for like a place to sleep, place to get food. There's the arena. There's a couple libraries. There's the Common Library, which is over by the guild area, and
Is the Shrine of Mistress still here?
the Old Mr. Church is out east.
Would I know where to find Lady Evelina?
They said that was out further east. Are you guys looking for Evelina? Are you wanting to go do some shopping? What are you looking for?
I first want to go grab our horses and take them to some type of stables here if there's possible.
Yeah. Feed them, take care of them.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go look for Emus real quick. And, also, I do want to hit up the library in the future.
Yeah, that's one of the goals to
Okay.
go to.
Well, let's figure out what we're doing as a group because I don't want to split the party that much.
All
That's
right,
like
Emus
three-
is
three-way split,
Emus
not
is
a problem.
investigating. He still has to do his rolls down here. I'm looking around. Once I'm done with that, I'm happy.
All right, let's get you out of the way then. I'm just joking. Let's go ahead.
No. It's absolutely. All right. Well, so I look around. I see all the damage and carnage. I'm gonna start going through and checking everything. I'm gonna look for locks. I'm gonna look for footprints. I'm gonna be looking at scratches on the wall. I'm gonna be looking at any rags or pieces of clothing on the ground or anything that might indicate to what happened here and how it happened in the order of events.
So the gate that is holding the main area is blown off the hinges. Downstairs, there's like dusty footprints of what looks like baphitaurs inside the cell, but the cell is very slightly open. Doesn't look like it was broken open. The only thing that looks like it was broken is the gate outward, and there's some stone on the ground where they kind of busted through.
I
That
want
being
to
the only kind
investigate the locking mechanism
of the
of the gate that would have been holding them. Yeah.
downstairs gate.
Yep.
It's similar to the bracers in design. Like it closes, and then there's a magical link that binds it together.
Is it still currently bound together in its damaged state, or is it not
No, the
on?
downstairs one is not damaged.
Oh, it's completely open. Right. Okay. All right. Are there any signs of a hasty retreat, like someone who had opened this door and then just ran? Like I'm looking for really spread, heavy footsteps.
There are not. It looks as if the baphitaurs simply walked right on out and slammed open the gate. Like they just simply walked out, grabbed their great axes, and came upstairs and slammed open that gate.
I want to make note of that. Okay.
And as you're sitting here and inspecting the lock, these two guards approach to quarantine off this area. Citizen, please, adventurer, whoever you are. This area is restricted. We're conducting an
Gus?
investigation.
Oh, why do you think I'm down here? Of course. I'm gonna turn back to try to keep looking around.
No, sir. The Golden Gauntlets have the investigation.
And I'm gonna kind of give him a cursory glance. Just out of curiosity, who has access to unlock this door down here?
That is a fantastic question, which we will discover during our investigations. Please.
Oh, so
leave.
no one in the Gauntlets has access to it.
He narrows his eyes at you. Sir, please. It's been a long day, and I don't want confrontation.
I'm not looking for confrontation. I'm just looking to see if I can get any answers. All right, well, fair enough.
It is custom for the investigation to be private. Once the investigation goes public, adventurers and citizens will be privy to the details.
Yes, fantastic. Emus is gonna be like say that like very like what are you talking about? But okay, not wanting to cause trouble, and I'm gonna start making towards the door. As I'm walking towards the door, I'm still gonna be looking around to see if I can find anything out of place, anything unusual, a key, a cufflink, anything that's out of place. That like a weapon on the wall that was not grabbed but is laying on the floor, kind of thing.
Nothing, man. There's no keys. Like I've told you everything.
All right, well, Emus is gonna leave.
And as you do, you notice the guards kind of turn and just stand post. They're not really actively investigating anything. They're kind of just guarding the area.
Got it. Noted.
All right. Rest of the party, what are you guys doing? Boogie said he was going to go look for Emus.
Yes.
Okay, so you'd be kind of walking up on Emus, who would be walking away from the guards.
Okay.
So I guess Bezoid and I can go grab a horse each while riding our other horse and lead them into town unless you had other plans.
That sounds good to me.
Oh yeah.
So
Getting
as you
all
guys
the
make
war
your
up
way
here.
back that way, tagging up with Agatha and Tammy, they're gonna join along with you. What the hell was
Oh,
that?
sweet.
Tammy says.
Definitely something sus. Emus is checking it out, though. Hopefully he'll update us a little later. We've
Yeah.
been invited to a dinner, but I don't know if... I don't know. I don't really trust him.
Agatha makes like a face, like she doesn't want to go.
Yeah, I would probably stay at the inn if I was you guys.
All right, let's go get the horses. And as you guys, Bezoit, we're going to do this in kind of the theater of mind. As you guys make your way across the river, getting the horses, getting up on your own and leading the others, you guys come to the gate where the blockade has been removed, and you guys see the guards kind of standing aside now, making way, watching you approach. And they don't seem to be making any effort to stop you.
I'm just gonna wave and nod. Ask them where a decent stable is near here, if there is one.
The Old Skull Inn out west of town has a stable that you can keep them at.
Okay. So where it's rumored the monsters attacks were happening?
Yes, but no need to fear. That has been taken care of.
Oh, good. Brave adventurers, I assume.
I'm sure it was the feet of our men, but yes, I'm sure the adventurers helped some.
Yes.
As you make your way in, I assume taking your horses over to the Old Skull Inn?
Yeah, so basically back where we ran to fight the people. Or
Okay,
the
so
monsters.
I'll bring you, Clamsy, Zoit, Tammy, and Agatha over here. This is the Old Skull Inn. This is the area, little stable area where you can keep your horses and stay.
Nice.
You just have to go talk to inside. There's a little guy that you can talk to get him to hold on to your horses.
Alright.
Hold on to your horses.
Let's go get a guy to hold on to our horses. Is it the main floor door?
Yeah,
Suppose.
right here.
Oh, you did a circle.
So I'm gonna-
a different way.
Knock on the door. Pow, pow, pow.
Come in.
The door's locked.
And he comes over and unlocks it. Oh, I'm so sorry, so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, welcome to the Old
Hello.
Skull Inn.
Looks like it's in good shape for an old skull.
Yes, that's simply the name of the original design. You see, there's a kind of two-part building here, and the northern side of the building is the historical building.
Very cool. Are there ghosts?
He raises an eyebrow. I certainly hope not. How may I help you two today? And he looks Bezoid up and down. And his mouth's a little open, kind of just studying her.
Doesn't she
Good day,
have
sir.
pretty scales?
Probably wouldn't see the scales with the armor that she's wearing.
On her face.
Her
she would.
face?
Oh, yeah, good call.
It's a good day, sir. We have a couple of horses that we would like to put up, get fed, get brushed, perhaps.
4 to be exact. They don't need to be brushed. I can brush mine.
Very well. Standard care is a silver a day per horse. Is that okay?
I'm gonna look over at Cal. Boogie's got all my money, man. You got this?
Yeah, we're also going to need some rooms. It's okay if it's 2 per or more, whatever. At least, let's see, 4, 5, 6 beds.
Well, on the second floor, we do have 3 rooms that are all doubles. And then
Oh,
we
wait.
have a more common room on the third floor that is a big shared space with 6 pairs of bunk beds. So 12 beds in total, as well as a master bedroom for couples.
The 3 beds of 2 or the 3 rooms of 2 is fine.
Very well, very well. Please, on your stay, there's a lovely viewing garden on the roof. Be sure to check that out.
Will
We
do,
will.
thank you.
And that'll be
Did you
4
have
silver
any?
for the horses and 1 gold per room. So 3 gold per night for the 3
Did
rooms.
Did you have any troubles just now with all the commotion in town?
He raises an eyebrow. No, I'm quite sure the adventurers took care of that.
How much is the money? I'm sorry.
There's
One
always
gold,
noises
4
happening.
silver.
The arena's
Thank you.
right across the street. You have to understand.
Real quick, would
I
me and
see, I
Emus
see.
be going here? Like, I'm kind of following Emus, keeping him filled in on what's happening.
Okay, so we'll take a pause here and see what Emus and Boogie. Boogie, we left off you walking up as Emus walks away from the guards.
Good man, investigating as well. Yes, just trying to see what I can find. Well, yeah, I'd be happy to discuss it with you over your drink. I'm pretending that I don't know Boogie. Shall we head over to a nearby tavern and discuss our findings?
Very well.
What's that
I
you didn't
could-
come through?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I just said very well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good, sorry.
I'm just
Alright, I'm
as
gonna lead
silly
him
of a
on.
voice as him.
You guys
We're
walk
gonna-
past, see them coming along with the whole scene clearing thing, the crime
So-
scene, if you will.
Once we got out of earshot, I'd be like, they're... What's it called? The women are taking the horses to an inn? No, I don't know what I would know. They were putting up the horses. That's fun that they happen to go right to the one that we're going to.
It's the main inn in town. It's the one, like, one of the only inns is the old
Or
school one.
adventurers like us.
Nice.
So as you guys coming around, you would see Clamsy and Bezoit and them coming up with Tammy with the horses and stuff. So you'd be here now with the process of them getting their bedrooms and things.
If you don't mind, Boogie, I'm gonna wait out here.
Sure.
Fresh air is always better with me.
All right, so you've paid the 4 silver and 3 gold.
4
Clamsy?
silver, 3 gold. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was 1 gold.
No, it's
You
1 gold per room per night. You guys are getting 3
Oh.
rooms, so it's 3 gold per night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he gives a nod. My name's Mancho Charis. If you need any assistance, I will be here at the front desk day and night to assist you. If you are looking for some where to get out your frustrations, he says, looking you up and down, many adventurers find comfort in the battlefield of the arena. Otherwise, if you're looking for trade, you may head over to the Delver Outfitters, or perhaps you would like to join a guild or a party and head down to the depths of the Underdark. And he says, like, with a grin on his face.
Sweet. What about if you want to get cleaned up, like a bath or something?
Well, right across the street here to the south, there are 2 bathhouses. One for the women and one for the men.
Sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. And, he says, reaching down, pulling out the drawer, and he's gonna write a date on these sheets. And he kind of looks back behind you. How many people? 6 total, yeah?
Yes. One might sleep outside. I don't know. He's a bit outdoorsy, but we'll still need the 3 rooms regardless.
I've seen many adventure, and it does not surprise me, ma'am. And he hands out these 6 tokens. Present these over at the bathhouse, please, and they'll accommodate you well.
Sweet. Thank you.
Is there anything else?
Not at the moment for me.
Okay. Well, if you have enough money, over by the tower, feel free to check out Valkus's Delver Exchange. He has some of the most powerful and expensive equipment in town.
Interesting. I do have a question for you, sir, if you don't mind.
Yes, what is it?
You said that the adventurers dispelled the problems that were in the town. How did you hear that? And which adventurers are you talking about?
As the town is full of adventurers, I'm sure some of them took care of it.
Ah, I see. I see.
I do not worry. I feel very protected in the city. I'm surrounded by capable adventurers. Such as yourself, he says and gives you a wink.
It's good to know. I
Yeah, thank you.
smile in that creepy little dragon smile way.
And he looks a little concerned. Well, if there's nothing else, I shall get on with my duties.
Emus approves.
Twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, sorry. He also hands you guys your room keys with the.
Yeah. You're like, no.
And he heads off to go assist some patrons inside the building. Would you guys like to check out the inn, or are you heading out somewhere else? It's a really nice inn.
Emus was hanging out outside, watching what's happening with the cleanup crew at the down the street.
We have enough time to check out the inn in a little bit.
I'm gonna just pass out the keys to everybody.
I'm gonna holler, who's rooming with me?
I don't mind.
Okay.
I'll take a key. Without
Okay,
saying
so
a word.
You guys have the rooms on the second floor.
Yeah.
Cool. As you're keeping an eye on them, they're taking them away and kind of just unceremoniously taking the dead out to the south gate, loading them up on carts, and the three staying behind and loading the bodies up while a crew of 2 people dragging these kind of, what are they called, gurneys or whatever? Those, like, you know what I'm talking about? The skids we used in the military kind of deal.
Cuts.
Dragging these, like,
Yeah.
skid whatever behind them.
Well, Amos, did you find out anything on your investigation?
Without taking my eyes off the team working down the road, I'm going to respond. No, couldn't find anything apparently evident. The only things that I noticed were that apparently the door down there is magically sealed when it was sitting there unsealed and undamaged. The entertainment for them. The outer doors have obviously been blown off their hinges, and so far all I can surmise is that something went down there, or perchance the magical lock failed. These creatures walked straight out, grabbed their weapons, and proceeded to wreak havoc nearby. I did encounter a curious dwarf while I was down there.
Oh.
This goes by the name of 1 second, pulling up my notes. Goes by the name of Galags Halfpence. Mentions that he's a member of the Children of Morden around here, and invited me to come by later tonight and speak with him on the matters. And at this point, I'm going to turn around, and maybe he saw something that I didn't. But I felt like I was as thorough as I could been with the time that I had.
You happen to say who all has access to open those magical locks?
I shake my head. No, I didn't manage to ask him the question, but I did ask the questions to some of the guards that came by to shove me away, and they didn't have an answer for me. Something about how they'd like to keep the investigation private and then eventually make it private or public.
Just to remind you, the dwarf did say that some wizards, Lord Barnett, and certain people within the guild of the Children of Morden have access to the Bracer's magic.
In the what guild? Children of Magic?
Children of Morden. The
Morden.
Children of Morden are the guild's sole they're the ones that are in charge of supplying the arena and getting the arena running and all that stuff. So they bring creatures from the Underdark for people to fight in the arena.
All right, and then when I retract what Emus just said and says, He did mention that some members of the guild at Ian, select members, do have access to disable those locks, including a Lord Barnett, which I think is the one I snuck away from when it showed up on the scene.
Yeah, he invited us to eat tonight an hour after sundown.
Yeah, he really wanted us to eat at his place.
Well, if that's the case, I hope you can all pardon my leave. I would rather go talk to the Gallag's halfpence fellow and see what he has to say.
I want to
So,
check out the guild.
have fun with your dinner.
Tammy speaks up. I don't think that's a good idea to go to that dinner.
Yeah. Do you
Why
think
is
we should
that?
just not go?
I don't know. I feel like that might be rude.
A lord in this town, the master of some guild, the one of the most prominent guilds here. I think it'd be a bad taste to not show up.
Yeah,
He's
I
not the master
agree.
of the guild, right? He's the ruler of the whole city.
Yeah. Voted lord of the town currently.
And I agree with all that. Something about the Golden Gauntlets doesn't sit right with me.
I'm gonna glance around. Well, if it's agreeable, maybe you can come with me, and everyone else can go to the dinner and enjoy it without us.
He knew that you were missing. He's gonna know that you're missing again.
Ah, but it might be more acceptable as I was not there for an invitation.
Hmm. I don't know. I think you're causing us undue trouble.
He said
Any
that he was gonna
trouble? I'm
make sure
trying to.
Lady Avelina was coming too. Which I don't know how I feel about that.
Speaking of Lady Evelina, you see her approaching the Old Skull Inn coming from the east.
As she approaches, Emus is gonna
I'll
say,
wave her over.
and I'd really much like to talk to the store. He seems like a very interesting fellow. I'm gonna emphasize that.
Yes, I would
Me too.
also.
Hi. Hey guys. Lady Evelina waves, looking a little exacerbated.
Well, this is quite an introduction to this to town.
Yeah, this. I don't remember this ever happening since I've been here.
Never. You happen to have an arena here where apparently you pit monsters against the common person, and never one of them has escaped, especially beasts as large as those.
No, the system they have is impeccable. They've never had anyone escape. And they've had elite drow warriors in those chains, and they've had things
Hmm.
bigger than that in those chains. And I'm not sure
I'm
if you
just
know
gonna
how it works, but the magic is incredibly strong.
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow at her. Well, I hope you're right. We are sleeping right next door. I wouldn't want something to come knocking on our doors in the middle of the night.
What? That's what you're worried about?
Lady Evelina, did Lord Barton? What
Barnett.
did Barnett? Did he have anything to say when you told him about us?
He seemed a little flustered. I thought it was appropriate to notify him that the Chosen were coming to the city that was essentially founded by the Chosen. He did have company though, so maybe that's why.
Just
He's
so we know where we're sitting, what company did he have, and what were the words you used when you announced us?
Um, Dark-haired female, kind of pale white skin. She wore kind of a long, dark flowing gown.
Did you know
She
her?
looked. No, I don't know her. She looked. Poor thing, looked almost like she'd just been in a fight.
Hmm. Well,
And
he's
then
invited us all to dinner, you included.
after I notified Lord Barnett, I headed back to the temple, came out, and heard the commotion. Wanted to go make sure my men were okay, and that's when I made my way over here.
Did he tell you about the dinner tonight?
No, I'm. Unless you mean the one he invited Was that for all of us?
Well, he said that he would make sure that you were invited as well. So,
A little bit there. I'm going
yes.
to turn around to Agatha and Sammy. I was not invited, and we have some shopping to do about towns. So why don't you all go enjoy the feast tonight? And Sammy, Agatha, and myself, we can go procure the things that we need to improve our ship. Right? I'm going to kind of wink at Sammy.
I'm going to look over at Emus. And what are we supposed to tell Lord Barnett about you?
I'm going to shrug my shoulders and say, "Tell him you never told me about the dinner."
Don't you think that he would expect us to invite you? After all, he invited the group of the Chosen of Mistra, not simply us three, and he specifically said some of us were missing.
Emus is going to kind of drop back a little bit. Look, I really want to go talk to and lower his voice so no one else can hear. Look, I really want to go talk to this individual that I encountered down there, and this seems like a perfect excuse to be able to do so. I'm not trying to leave you guys high and dry. I'm trying to keep everything smooth and flowing, graceful, and try to get some more information.
I agree
I
with
just,
the party being split like this. You
I
with the
feel like
girls,
it was. Why would it
and
take an hour?
I'm gonna raise my eyebrow. I don't know how long it'll take. You just said meet him at sundown, the same time as your.
No, we were told an hour after sundown, so that's an hour after your meeting.
See, I didn't know that. Well, if it takes less than an hour, then maybe I should meet you all at the gates.
May
Well,
I have an input? Lady Evelina raises her hand.
Please do.
I don't have definitive proof to have this feeling, but I don't find myself in any eager manner wanting to eat dinner with Lord Barnett.
Well, neither do we, but wouldn't it be considered rude not to have dinner?
Surely, but I mean, people have reasons for declining. You're not forced to accept an invitation. It might be viewed a certain way, but you're not a slave.
I mean, it is kind of rude to make us go to a dinner party after just traveling for so long.
It is, however, not rude to invite us to one. In fact, some would say that as welcoming.
Were you in any kind of trouble, Lady Evelina, when you notified him of your venturing and meeting of us?
No, don't get me mistaken. She looks around. I do not trust Lord Barnett in the slightest. In fact, he makes my skin crawl. However, he's a smart and shrewd man, and I don't think he would actively do anything overt or open. If he were to ever do something, it would be cloak and daggers, poison from the shadows.
Or letting the underworld escape?
So, like, our food's poisoned.
What is your standing here in this town with Lord Barnett?
I am a high mystic of the Temple of Saloon. He technically has authority over me, though the relationships between clergy and nobility have always been, I suppose, tense.
But you would be in a position to deliver a message for us, would you not?
I would.
Well, I'll kind of look around. Shall we come up with a message?
Okay.
I just noticed Boogie's laying down.
Yeah, he went down a few minutes ago.
Maybe.
I mean, what do we have? What do we have that could possibly be more important than go meeting the lord of this town, who has kindly invited us to dinner in his home, that would not anger him.
Hmm.
One who is seemingly vain.
Well, we would like to make arrangements for further in the week. We plan to be here for a few days. Maybe we can plan for something and he can have more time to plan a more extravagant meal or something. I don't know.
That's a possibility. Yes, yes. What about just our customs from our lonely isle that we grew up from? That we must also prepare a gift that is worthy of him, and we don't have yet. So we don't feel inclined to accept his offer until we can repay it in kind.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
that's a
pretty
good
good.
idea. I get this says, but also like I like the idea of like, hey, we're worth it. So like, make your food good. You know, like we're not coming for no like made the same day kind of banquet.
Well, we're talking about someone who's very vain here, so
Right. So we'll have to be vain too, right? She says.
I think it's more we try to fluff him up and make him think that he's really showing off.
exactly.
Oh, by the way, Agatha says, Emus, have I ever told you how amazing your wings are? Like, oh my god.
I'm gonna kind of shoot her a sideways look. Thanks.
Like that?
I'm
Clemency?
totally caught off guard by this.
Yeah, yeah.
All
That's
right.
pretty good.
All right. I got you. She pats
Like,
Emus on the shoulder. So, I should tell him you want to push the dinner to another day then. Which day?
Uh, Perhaps just one night?
I was gonna say at least 3 nights.
Hmm,
Give us time
3
to
nights.
really look for Lady Ashina and Thorin. Also, put some fillers out for a body for Nico.
Amos is going to kind of cross his arms and stroke his chin a little bit and be like, we're going to have to come up with a very convincing gift to present him with that would take us 3 days to put together then.
Hmm.
At hearing Clamacy say that, I'm going to turn around and look at her, but then I'm going to glance back down at Boogie and say, Boogie, you think that I could have some coin in my pocket? It's kind of hard to go anywhere and do anything with no cash.
Here is a bag that I put together when Emus was gambling a few nights ago.
And I'll look over shocked. I what?
I hand her a 300 gold bag.
Thank you so much, Boogie. I really appreciate it.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't gamble. It's not something I would do.
Maybe we could go up to a bedroom and do the math and separate at some point. It doesn't have to be like during session, but like, I don't know.
We need to get that done. At some
Yeah.
point,
Yes.
we need to. We could do that now. So, Lady Evelina is going
I'm
to
down for
say,
doing it after we get a message to the lady
Yes.
right.
to
Lady
whoever.
Evelina has a little bit more to say. She's going to say, "Your instructors have you attempted to contact them through spells?"
At that, I'm going to
Um,
whip around spells.
She looks at you, kind of, yeah.
Like
Says,
send message or something like that.
No, I guess we haven't.
um, I that I think would be a good. I know the spell. Would you like me to? I've met.
Absolutely. I
You're a
say overly
godsend.
eagerly.
The communication is limited. Is there? This is for Lady Ashina, yes.
Yes.
It can only
ooh, and he was
be.
just kind of walk forward. Ooh, what? Okay, all right, fine.
It can only be 25 words. But is there a certain message you would like me to send to her?
Um. Um. We're in Shadowdale. Meet at Old Skull Inn 1 day from now.
Okay. So you would have 13 more, she says, like she pulls out a parchment pad and starts writing down with a quill.
Anybody have anything else they want said?
Not to her, but if you could send a separate message to someone else, yes.
Yeah. Same.
It has to be someone that I know, just so you know.
Do you happen to know a Raphael, a Great Ranger?
Um, it doesn't sound familiar. Maybe one of the people that Lady Ashina was traveling with?
I think you described Thorin, maybe?
He was just a little kind of downcast.
I remember a dwarf, and the only other person in the inn was an old man.
Hmm. Could it be? Could that be Bahamut?
Surely not. Oh, Bahamut, what? That's
Are you
not where I
talking
thought you
about
were going with that.
Tatsia? Are you meaning Tatsia, your teacher?
No. Bahamut, his human form is an old man.
But there are plenty of old men. I mean, Solomon is an old man. It could have been Solomon, right? By that logic.
Hey, I asked my question. I'm going to let it stand.
All right.
Well, question, does he take a different name as Bahamut, the old man? Like, maybe Tatsia, the old man? Genuine
Not
question. I don't
not
know
that I
any.
know.
Okay.
So, in Shadowdale, the Old Skull Inn meet in one day. That's it?
Boogie says hi.
She smiles.
That's dude. A statement like that is a perfect way to tell that it's really coming from us.
Do you
Yeah.
happen to know Tatya?
She frowns, like, sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry. No.
I attempt to frown with my scales, but it just comes off as a grimace.
Isn't Solomon an old man?
He is.
He would be, yeah. Very old.
And if the mist around, if he was maybe, no, I was gonna say if he was in Myth Draenor, maybe the mist stopped stuff from being sensed and he was alive but not alive.
Well, can't you ask her if Solomon's with her? Because she said that that's who she saw with her,
I think if she
right?
spotted someone like Solomon, it would be a much bigger deal and been able to recognize him.
She's sitting there like, I'm right here. You guys are like, she.
Was it Solomon that you saw? Do you know Solomon?
If Solomon is as you've described him, no, it was not Solomon. This man was more, very old, kind of droopy face, but a nice aura about him though. Kind of white garments and,
Can't think of anybody that I would know that has white garments.
Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
Tatsuya wore white garments a lot.
Well, can she respond to you once you send this message?
She'll have up to 25 words back.
Can you ask her who the gentleman was with her, or who her traveling mates are? That we don't have to guess who it could be.
Yes, I could do that. Is that everything?
I
Yeah,
look to the
sounds good to
group.
me.
What's that?
Hey guys, can we take like a 10-minute break?
We could, or we could just keep going like 5 more minutes and then be done for the night. Unless you guys want to
Oh,
keep going.
do you have to work in the morning?
Yeah, I start work tomorrow. But that doesn't mean we can't keep playing if you guys want to keep playing. I just thought
What?
hearing a little bit after this information and you guys get sent back to would be a good place to call it
I
a
of
night.
course,
We can keep
yeah.
going.
I of course want to keep playing, but I also need to do the responsible thing and get off. So I'm down for finishing up this message and then calling up.
Okay.
What did you say, Boogie? Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that was it. It's not like we need to ask who everybody is, just the old man.
Well, she only was traveling
Why
with
not?
2 people.
Why not ask for everybody? Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Ask what?
Who she's
was
traveling
thinking-
with.
He was wanting to alter it to like, oh, just ask who the old man is, and we're like, why? Just ask who everyone is. It's that like same amount of words, and we get more information.
I gotcha. So she closes her eyes, she looks around. Actually, she kind of comes over here and sits down out of the way, closes her eyes and says, "We're in Shadowdale at the Old Skull Inn. Meet us in one day." Boogie says hi. Also, who's with you? And she sits there for a little bit, kind of just waiting.
As she's doing her mojo, I come over and sit down and watch her in awe.
As a what are you? What are you again? You're a
Paladin?
paladin. Thank you. As a paladin, you're very astounded by magic, which is very interesting.
You have to remember, I know very little. Because my mind's been erased.
Fair enough.